Clayton County, Georgia. It's 2:30 on a Monday morning when Afghanistan war veteran Whitfield Smith gets an alert from his home security system.
And I noticed this vehicle, this pickup truck, parked in the middle of the road. At that point, I see some shadowy figures coming from my right neighbor. It looks like they were having some kind of meeting at that truck in the middle of the street, mind you. They're literally in the middle of the street. So in my head, I'm knowing, okay, something's going on. I'm a United States Navy veteran, hospital corpsman. I spent a very good portion of my career serving and training with Marines. So as they go, we go. I see the guy, he's got a gray hoodie on and dark pants, and he starts running up my driveway. At that moment, I knew I had to do something.
Other suspects are with the man in the gray hoodie, but they're not visible on camera.
But as I'm looking, I see he has a gun in hand. I immediately grabbed my little everyday rifle, the one that's right by my bedside. Didn't get a chance to throw on a shirt. I had my Winnie the Pooh silk pajama bottoms on and my flip-flops. Run outside, and my intention was to let off a couple warning shots. It let them know that I was there. These are probably young kids, they're gonna take off. And these were not kids. These were grown men. And they were more than game to take it to the next level. They opened up fire.
One of the suspects uses Whitfield's truck as a shield, and another suspect is nearby on the driveway.
We were about 12 feet apart. And the fact that this guy was shooting directly at my face, that was the most shocking part. That's what made me think I was back in Afghanistan, basically. That's what kind of triggered me to go back to that. Once they returned fire, that's when the training truly kicked in. At first, I'm just dad, husband, protecting my house. When they start shooting back, immediately click back into warrior mode.
In warrior mode, Whitfield even assumes the stance of a soldier. He kicks off his flip-flops and returns to the house to make sure his wife is all right.
Call police!
My wife called the police, but what I didn't know is my neighbors were calling the police.
Whitfield changes his clothes and returns to the yard to make sure the coast is clear. He fires another warning shot.
And the only thing I'm thinking is eliminate the threat. I hear them kicking stuff. They were doing the best they could to get away.
The suspects escape by jumping neighborhood fences and running off, perhaps to meet up with the vehicles that brought them. By the time police arrive, they are gone. The next morning, Whitfield finds the damage caused by the gun battle.
Rear windshield is toast, a couple bullet holes. Look what they did to my wife's car. They were shooting at me.
So apparently, the little criminals were hiding in my neighbor's bushes. This is where they were hiding.
They took their chains off and they laid them down behind the bushes.
And the idiots dropped their little gold trinkets.
The only thing I could think of is that these guys were trying to be as quiet as possible.
Is that the only patient you found?
No, it's another one.
Oh, you're kidding.
They dropped their little chains.
And the bushes looked directly into my driveway. It's like, oh, okay, wow. So this was coordinated. It wasn't just random.
Look at this. They were hiding in the bushes, waiting to come get me. This is where they were.
The one thing I'll never forget is how close we were standing to each other. I gotta assume that they were there to cause grave bodily harm. And I wrestle with that.
Despite that chilling reality, Whitfield knows he did the right thing to protect himself and his family.
Would I do it again? 1,000%. I'm very thankful to be alive. I'm very thankful that nothing happened to my wife.
All suspects remain at large. Their motivation is still unclear, as are the crimes they might have planned.